Again, I'm Sean Pennington, the CEO of Solomon IT. Today, we're going to be talking about landline phones and saying hello to VoIP, VoIP, or Voice over IP. There's a trend where businesses are dropping landlines in favor of Voice over IP phones, which raises the question, why? There are a few reasons. There's cost savings, there's flexibility, and there's future proofing. So let's take a look at some of these reasons. We've got cost savings. Businesses can save up to 50% or more by switching over to VoIP. And there aren't any rental fees a lot of times. The hardware maintenance costs aren't there. And in some cases, international calling is less. And so there's a fairly low entry cost into getting into voice over IP phones. There's just a lot of good things there. And part of that cost savings is due to the FCC, because landlines used to be the less expensive way of doing things. But the FCC recently, in the past few years, made some changes, and now the price of landlines is no longer locked. And the reason being is that phone providers were losing massive amounts of money on landline phones, that the prices were more or less locked within the FCC, and therefore they could only charge a certain amount. They were losing a lot of money on these. So now that that rule has changed within the FCC, these telecom companies have been able to start charging what it's actually costing them for these same services. And to give you an idea, most people don't realize this, but each one of the telephone pole lines that they're connected to, each one of those poles, they're basically paying a rental fee on those poles. And with so many people switching to cell phones and voice over IP and no longer using landlines, those people who've got landlines were getting them at a fraction of the cost, but the telecom companies were paying to be able to provide that service to that one person way down the line. And so now that one person holding up all of those lines from being removed and the rental fees being saved are now getting hit with those landline costs as true as they actually are. So with that, voice over IP has become a drastically less expensive alternative to landline phones, and therefore saving a lot of cost. Now, there's another thing to voice over IP, and it's flexibility and mobility. So you've got soft phones that you can put on your cell phone, you can put on your desktop, you can even use the website through your computer or laptop to engage and use your phone through the microphone in your laptop or computer and the speakers, which is some really cool stuff. And so you can make and receive phone calls from anywhere. At least anywhere that you've got an internet connection. That could be your office, could be your home office, could be at home, could be from the hotel room. And it looks like it's calling from your actual desk or whatever location that you're normally at, even though you could be half the globe away. Now, it's great for hybrid teams like Solomon IT, where we've got people who are in our main office, but we also let them work from home a few days a week as well. Or maybe they're out on site with a client. They're able to use their cell phone to pick up phone calls and answer them just like they were in the office. And so we don't have to pay for people to have their cell phones all over the place because they can just put the soft phone on their phone. No extra phone for work versus personal. It's all in one place. And with the service that we particularly resell, has a nice little do not disturb function that we can turn on, and phone calls from our office phones don't come into our cell phone at that point, right? So makes it really nice in that regard. It's also easy to scale. You can immediately add lines, add the soft phone to your cell phone, or log into the website, or go through a soft phone application on your desktop, and bam, within minutes, moments, you can have another line added and another employee already working with a cell phone or soft phone through their cell phone. It's got some great advanced features and productivity boosts. They've got built-in tools, like a lot of them have video conferencing. They've got call forwarding, CRM integration, and analytics, so you can know who's calling, how often they're calling, from what geographic locations they may be calling from, and it all can integrate with your CRM, which is pretty cool if you think about it, because if you're a data-driven company, statistics are things that you want to be able to analyze and see trend lines. And this, with voice over IP, gives you those in a whole lot easier and a whole lot smoother methodology within that. And then the features that the landlines lack, the customer service and teams and collaboration, there are a lot of different things that you can do to fix a quick problem. If your phone isn't working, maybe it's just your internet connection and you can go somewhere else and it'll be working just fine. Unlike a landline, if it's not working, there's probably a physical issue somewhere and you've got to call somebody out. They've got to come fix it. With a soft phone or with a desk phone in your office, you can just pick up that phone, go over to another internet connection, plug it in, and see if it's working. And if it's not, it might be your desk phone. Hey, just pick up your cell phone, install the app, and away you go. So some of those little productivity boosts are really, really nice, especially if you've got to troubleshoot something. You're not down for days waiting for somebody to come out and fix it. It's a pretty easy shift to be able to find an alternate route to still make it work and work well. Now, one of the other things is that you've got this inevitable shift. Lots of people are moving away from the landlines and they're phasing out. The old POT systems are being shut down because the infrastructure is outdated and nobody's really maintaining it anymore. So those who are maintaining it are being able to charge an arm and a leg, and those who are using it have to pay that arm and a leg to keep using it. And so it becomes a cost ineffective solution in that regard because more people are leaving the landlines and moving to voice over IP, and that raises the maintenance costs. It raises the issues with reliability, and providers really, they're focusing on digital solutions like VoIP rather than the analog. And so switching now helps to avoid those disruptions. It helps to future-proof your business, and it's going to allow your business to grow with more ease as you add more staff. So let's just kind of give a quick summary here. VoIP is a lot cheaper in most cases, and it's the future of business communications. You can use Teams and other things for video conferencing, but unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, phones are here to stay for a little bit longer, and with that, we have to adapt with the changing of times. And so moving to voice over IP solutions is a great way of doing that, and you get a whole lot more functionality. You can also use one phone number for everything, but you can still have additional phone numbers if you want. You get the auto attendant on most systems, and that's included. It's a whole lot easier to set up, a whole lot easier to maintain, and therefore the cost is generally going to be a lot less. So if you're ready to make that switch, give us a call, Solomon IT, 865-309-4343, or you can email Solomon at solomonitc.com. We're here to help you say goodbye to landlines.